Today, I ranked every single hockey jersey I own, from worst to best. I decided to put myself through one of the dumbest things I've ever done and go through all of my 45 hockey jerseys, rank them from worst to best, and the results have been pretty crazy. You guys know, if there's no jerseys in the back of my setup, it's about to get serious. Now let's start with this ranking video here at number 45 and the worst jersey that I own. And we're gonna start out here today with a youth jersey, and there'll be a few youth jerseys lower on this list. At number 45, I have my Dallas Stars Reebok youth home jersey. This thing is pretty beat up, but of course the sentimental value for me, this was my first ever jersey, and I got so excited to actually get it. Of course, a lot more jerseys that I would end up getting, as you probably noticed, but this thing's pretty beat up. I mean, if it was a normal Reebok, it would be a little bit higher, but yeah, it's kind of just fine, but it's really holding up the sentimental value just because it was my first, and I was just happy to have an NHL jersey, honestly. Then let's go on to 44, and next up I have my first actual non-youth hockey jersey, and that is my Reebok Ryan Miller, absolute stud, Reebok Buffalo Sabres jersey. This one is a difficult one for me because it is ugly. It is really ugly, but it also was one of my first Reebok jerseys, and I do have that sentimental attachment to it. I had to put bias aside on this ranking, but yeah, even though Ryan Miller is an absolute legend, it was not enough to hold up just the absolute atrocity of this jersey. Next up at number 43, we're going to go on to another jersey that isn't quite real. Now, this one was actually given to me in the P.O. Bucks polls series from a few years back from Angus, absolute king. But it's this Vancouver Canucks, like, CCM, like, Walmart jersey. And, I mean, it's fun. It's, like, one of the most unique jerseys I have because it's not a youth jersey, but it's also not like an official one, but it is an official one. I have no idea what to even call it. It's an officially licensed product, but I mean, this is about as far from the actual jersey as you could possibly get. Definitely not a real Reebok, but it's still kind of fun, I gotta admit. Now let's move on here to number 42, and a jersey that is another one just like I like the Sabres one that I don't love a lot, and it's the Colorado Avalanche Reebok home. Now, this to me is also carried by the number. I got my boy Nathan McKinnon, number 29 on the back. Fantastic first name, fantastic number. But the jersey itself is just really ugly. I mean, the Avalanche have come a long way since this, but like the stripes on the sides, the blue and the red, and the way it clashes, the way the armpit is separated. The logo does really pop on this jersey. There's like the gold trimmings and everything, and it does pop a lot for a Reebok, but doesn't hide the ugliness, I'll tell you that. Now let's go on to 41, the last jersey outside of the top 40, and I'll go to a jersey I've never really liked a lot, and that is the Philadelphia Flyers. This is the home jersey from Reebok era, and it's got Claude Giroux on the back. We're starting off this list with some pretty good names on the backs, but it's not enough to carry this one for me. I've never really liked the Flyers home and away jerseys, like practically ever. I'm not a huge fan of orange, but just like the Reeboks especially, they're just bland to me. I don't like the separation of the white and the orange. It's just not very good to me, I'm sorry. But now let's move on to number 40, and a jersey that I like a lot more than I actually like the design, and that is my Brennan Morrow, like, first couple of years of the Reebok era, Dallas Stars white jersey. And this thing is weird because I love the numbers, I love the name, I love the captain patch, love the logo here. But everything else is bland as heck. The striping, the coloring, it's not all that impactful. But I do love the font, and I love the numbers in the back and the colors there. Besides that, to me, it's a pretty bland jersey, but really fun since I have a lot of captain jerseys in my collection, which we'll get into, of course, later on. Now on to number 39, a jersey that's in a pretty similar position for me, and that is my Reebok Dallas Stars away jersey. Now, I have the actual official away jersey, but not the actual home jersey from the Reebok era, but this one has Devin Shore on the back, and I got this for like 30 bucks on eBay. A lot of these came from eBay, especially the Reebok ones. This jersey's fine, though. I mean, I feel like the Reeboks especially weren't really giving the Stars jerseys a ton of glamour, but I mean, it's fine. Devin Shore on the back, absolute legend. Love to see that. Then let's go on to number 38 here, just making sure I got it all correct. Number 38, I have my Columbus Blue Jackets Reebok jersey. Now, this one's fun. I got Ryan Johansson on the back. This is another eBay edition from Full Moon Jerseys. It was like 40 bucks, and I'm like, why the heck not? This was like 5 years ago. Funny story about this one. This is my jersey I least like to record in. I don't usually record too much in jerseys, but this one I avoid like the plague. Reebok jerseys are hot to wear, man. This thing in Texas weather in the summer, I legitimately feel like it's 150 degrees wearing this thing as a jersey. So I always try to avoid it as much as possible, but it's still pretty fun. And I do like the Reebok editions of these Blue Jackets home jerseys just a little bit more, just for some reason. Now on to number 37 here, and we're going to go on to my first Adidas jersey of the list, and you could probably see it already from the corner, but I have Nashville Predators home jersey. Now, just getting like the wide look at this thing, I mean, it's fine. It's not going to blow you away. I got PK Subban on the back, which is fun. I actually have two PK Subban jerseys. We'll get into the actual other PK Subban jersey in a bit. And I like the numbering here. It's cool. And of course, the piano notes on the collar here is awesome. But besides that, it's always been a pretty boring jersey to me, and not one that, especially with the coloring, I've loved a whole heck of a lot. The reverse retro for the Predators over the years have been a lot better for me. Now going on to number 36, and one that I like a lot because of the name, and that is my Winnipeg Jets Reebok. And you guys are going to love who I put up on the back here. Dustin Byfuglien, my boy, number 33. And this is what really carries this jersey for me a lot. Love Dustin Byfuglien, always have. And having him on my jersey, on my Jets jersey, is awesome. I never really loved this current iteration of the Jets jerseys. They're always fine to me, but not as good as they could be, especially compared to the Jets in the past. But it's okay. I like the coloring especially, but having Dustin Byfuglien on the back is the highlight. Let's be real here. Come on. No, it's Dustin Byfuglien. How could it not be? Now on to number 35, and you'll probably notice that a lot of Reeboks are on the lower end of this scale. I just don't really like the Reebok era that much, honestly, looking back on it. But at number 35 here, starting at the top 35, I got my Washington Capitals Reebok jersey. Now I want you to guess who's on the back of this. You never guessed Matt Niskanen, did you? I got Matt Niskanen on my Caps jersey, which is so random. Another jersey I got on eBay for like, I think it was honestly under 30 bucks. It was an absolute steal. But yeah, I mean, the Capitals jerseys have never been too much of a winner, but I think in the Reebok era, they were pretty solid. Now on to number 34, a jersey that I actually think is a little bit underrated, and this is one that I see a lot of people hating on over the years, especially with the rebrand that they had, but I actually am going to be a little bit of a defender of it, and that is the Ottawa Senators Adidas jersey from the first couple years of their Adidas era, and I got Kyle Turris on the back, which is funny. Now, no, is this jersey like an absolute icon? I mean, yes, but it's not going to be worldly renowned or anything, but I think the logo is underrated. I always thought the 3D logo was underrated. I didn't really get the hate for it. It's fine. It's not going to blow you away, but it's not horrible. And I feel like the angular design of some of the parts of it is actually pretty interesting, especially the black and red. I think that really contrasts well. The white parts, especially on the bottom here, have always been weird to me. But besides that, I think it's an okay jersey. Again, nothing special. I mean, it's at 34, for instance, but I still like it quite a bit. I can't even lie. Now on to number 33, and this one, unfortunately, I do not have a number on or a name, which probably would have made it a little bit higher, but that is the Toronto Maple Leafs home jersey. Very basic, very blue. I mean, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nobody on the back, unfortunately. But, yeah, just a solid jersey all around. Now, let's go on to number 32. And one of the funniest jerseys I have. And I love the story with this one. This is another one I got on eBay. Super, super cheap. And that is my St. Louis Blues Reebok jersey with David Backes on the back. Yeah, David Backes, St. Louis Blues. Crazy to see. And I brought this jersey to Boston when I went there in 2019. And it was one of the funniest things I ever did. I went to Fenway Park, went to a Red Sox game wearing this jersey on. Was definitely maybe the bravest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Got one person giving me the middle finger, which I will honestly take. I will honestly take wearing this. This was, of course, or I think it was, yeah, like late 2019 or something. It was obviously like the year after the Blues won and everything. So, or a little bit after the Blues won the Cup. So it was definitely a lot of bad blood. I'm surprised I got the treatment I did, honestly. Now on to number 31 here, just outside the top 30. I have my Team Canada Olympic jersey from 2018. Nothing special, nothing on the back. But to me, these Olympic jerseys were pretty underrated. I love the designs on the sleeves, and we'll get into one that's a little bit higher up in a little bit. But to me, the Team Canada one is solid. I like the logo here, especially like how basic but bold it is with the outlines. But I love the black and red. It works pretty well here. Nothing spectacular, but honestly, a decent Team Canada jersey. But now on to number 30, just entering the top 30. We're going to go to a little more, another basic one that doesn't have a name on the back, but it is the Vegas Golden Knights home jersey. To me, this will pretty much always be Well, I was going to say pretty much always be the Golden Knights' best jersey, but their reverse retro this last year was pretty great. But to me, I've always loved the gray. Ever since it was officially released, I'm like, this is a slick design, this is neat, and this is just it's a fun look, even if it is gray. And I know, of course, they've gone into the golden direction and made that their home jersey, but I don't think that this should have ever been changed from their home. It's nothing that's going to be the best in the league or anything, but to me, these are way better than the pure gold jerseys, and I will always, forever, have that opinion. Next up, number 29, another jersey that I think is really underrated, and that is the Arizona Coyotes Reebok jersey. To me, I mean, the Coyotes definitely went in a better direction going for the Kachinas, but to me, these will always be pretty underrated. I love the black and red like we talk about with the Senators and other jerseys like Team Canada, but this is more of like kind of like a darker red. It's not as bombastic, but I love that. I love how it contrasts with the logo here. To me, it's always going to be an underrated logo for sure. But that black, that white, and everything is solid. And I got Oliver Ekman-Larsson on the back. Not too shabby there. Now going on to number 28, and another jersey that is so underrated to me, and I so wish I actually didn't just have the youth version of this jersey, and that is the Florida Panthers baby blue alternate jersey from like 2012 or something like that, a long time ago. And to me, this is a jersey that is long forgotten. These colors for the Panthers are long forgotten. This logo for the Panthers is long forgotten, but I just love the look. I will always love baby blue with dark navy, the Blue Jackets with that Cannon jersey come to mind. But this to me is such a great execution of it. It's just so sleek. I love the pattern design. The logo is really cool too with that flying panther coming out, that simplified design. And to me, I think for the Panthers, this is a look that maybe should be brought back more. I know I'm saying it. I know I'm bold saying it. And there's probably people that hate that jersey, but I like it a lot. And I really wish it wasn't just a youth. It would probably be a lot higher if I did have an actual real version of it. Now on to number 27 though, and we're gonna go to my second Olympic jersey, and that is my Team USA 2018 jersey. And to me, I like this a lot more than the Canadian one, even though that one is solid too. The logo is probably the weakest part. I mean, it's just kind of fine. It's just kind of there. It just says USA. But I love on the collar, it says land of the free, home of the brave. But the sleeves are what really does it for me. I love this like blue, white, red pattern. It's just so unique, so interesting, and I just gravitate towards it so much. No pun intended. But just the colors of this, the simplicity of it, but also just the texture of everything. It just really pops for me for some reason. And especially as well, like we were during the World Juniors for a couple years, that was the jersey they wore for like the Trevor Zegras gold medal team. That's what they wore. I have some good memories with that for sure. Now on to number 26, we're going to go to another Adidas jersey here. Next up, I have the Minnesota Wild, and I have Charlie Coyle on the back of this one. Got it pretty cheap for like 50 bucks, so you'll take it. This jersey I've always kind of been fine with. It's never been something that's been amazing or top tier, but I do enjoy the colors. It's a lot more green than my video is showing right now. But I like the colors. I like how it's laid out. I love the cream as well through the middle. Again, it's nothing amazing that's going to blow you away, but I also think the Wild have had much worse. Now on to number 25, another Adidas here coming up. Next up, I have my John Tavares Captain New York Islanders jersey. This one is one of my funniest by far, and I love it every single time I look at it. Because I got this right after he signed with Toronto. I was looking up to see if anybody was selling Tavares jerseys for cheap, and somebody was. This was like 60 bucks or something for an Adidas new for Tavares, and I mean, obviously, you know, because of Tavares, it makes it a little bit weird, but I don't care. I got it for cheap. I'll take that every day, especially with the Adidas and everything. Now going on to number 24, and this is one that I honestly could have a little bit higher. It's a jersey that I have grown so much over the last little bit, and that is the Arizona Coyotes third jersey from last year. This like maroon color was something that when it was initially released, I kind of made fun of it, honestly. I thought it was super bland, super basic, but when you have it in real life, you appreciate the details. First, everything about this is like this felt design, which you can't really see in the camera, but it's like this felt that like the Stars Winter Classic jersey had and other stuff like that, like a lot of Winter Classic jerseys have, that are trying to go for that more old-fashioned look. But this to me is really interesting. I love the design as well. Love the striping on the bottom. And I got Dylan Guenther on the back. This was sent to me by the Coyotes for a Sportsnet interview with Shane Doan. And it was just so fun to get this. It's like, again, it's like a fuzzy type of pattern on the name and number, which is always so fun. Now we're going to go on and move on to number 23, and another jersey that I love a lot. I wish I could have put it in the top 20, but the competition was just too fierce. And that's my Boston Bruins alternate jersey, the Muffin logo. Love it to pieces. Love the details well on this logo. It's just so fun. The outlines on the letters and the bear in front, it looks so good. But of course, I got the captain. So of course, I got Zdeno Chara on the back, number 33. Huge numbers, as Zdeno Chara deserves. Love the yellow, love how much black is in this jersey, love the logo. To me, it's honestly one of the best Bruins jerseys of all time, and I will stick by that fact, okay? I'm not going to be deterred. Now, we got a couple of jerseys left before we get into the top 20, but at number 22, I have the Adidas Dallas Stars home jersey. I have John Klingberg on the back, which is a bad investment looking back on it, but this to me has always just been one of the better home jerseys in the NHL. It's simple, it's effective, but I still love that logo. I don't care what anybody says. I love the details as well with the silver that you have on it. It's just so fun, and the striping is beautiful. The colors are beautiful. Love to see it, even if it is a little bit bland, I guess, but the green is still one of the most unique color schemes in the NHL. Now we're going to go on to number 21. Next up, I have the New Jersey Devils home Adidas jersey, and on the back I got Nico Hischier. Fantastic investment. I got this for like 80 bucks. I don't know why somebody was selling it. Oh, I remember now. Somebody was selling this. I don't know if you could see it. It's like right here, but somebody was selling this because they got like a marker or something on it, which, yeah, I mean, yeah, that does suck, but it's really not that apparent. And I mean, from a long distance, you can't really see it, but somebody was selling this for like 80 bucks, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take that, and it's still one of my favorite jerseys. And just fantastic color scheme. Not as good maybe as the Reeboks, but I also feel like the sleek design also maybe fits a little bit better in today's day and age. Now we're gonna get started here with the top 20, and this is where I go on to the Dallas Stars Winter Classic. Now, here's the thing that I want to do, because I also have an actual I have an actual amazing version of this jersey. This is the actual Adidas jersey here. I have it all. Oh gosh, I don't want to destroy my setup here. I got the actual Adidas jersey, and on the number you got signed Ben Bishop, Tyler Seguin, and Jamie Benn. This is an actual Adidas Seguin Winter Classic jersey, and it's so good. It's so good. This jersey to me is absolutely one of the best out there, and the signature as well, meeting them was so cool. I got to go behind the press conference and go after the game, and it was just such a cool experience. But that jersey will always hold so much sentimental value in my heart for sure, and it's just a blast that I get to have that and hang it up whenever I want. Now going on to number 19, we're going to go to another Adidas jersey here, and this is one of my favorites. After the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Cup in 2020, I was like, okay, I have to get a Blake Coleman jersey. As you guys know, I'm from Texas, but Blake Coleman, who of course won the Cup with the Lightning, was born in Plano, like 15 minutes away from me, and I had to get this jersey to support him. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful, the Stanley Cup final patch there, but Blake Coleman really makes it, let's be real. Now on to number 18, and next up, I have one that a lot of people hate, but I just cannot find a way to hate this jersey, and that is the Dallas Stars Blackout jersey. It's so unique, it's so fun, the colors are just so crazy, and you really can't see it on camera. This is the biggest thing. It's so much more cool, that green shade, and the way it contrasts with the black is just always been a fascination of mine. It looks so good in real life, so much better than on TV or on camera, and I had to have it this high. It was just too good to not. Now on to number 17, and this one might be a little bit out of nowhere for some of you guys, but for my only CHL jersey, I have the Guelph Storm. Now, for some reason, the Guelph Storm have always been my favorite OHL team, my favorite CHL team. I started watching Nick Suzuki back when he was with Guelph and just liking the whole logo, the whole just look of the team, that maroon red with the black. I just always thought it was so unique, and I always loved that logo. I mean, that will always hold a special place in my heart, just with how unique and how interesting it is. I don't know, I just always like the Storm. Sue me. Now, if you thought we were done Dallas Stars jerseys, I have really bad news for you. Coming up next up at number 16, I have the Dallas Stars 2023 Reverse Retro jersey. And to me, this is one of the more sleek Stars jerseys out there. Love the logo, love the silver there, and after their absolutely hideous, horrible, ugly, bland, original Reverse Retro, this was a nice change of pace. The black, the green, the white, it's all so slick. I unfortunately don't have a number on the back, but of course the jersey patch or the patch on the shoulder is just beautiful, and just how unique it is awesome. Love the silver, love the look. It's always going to be a classic for me. Now we're going to move on here to number 15, and next up I'm going to move on to my Connor McDavid Edmonton Oilers Reebok jersey. This one is slick for me. I've always had a soft spot for that old orange and blue and everything, and getting McDavid on the back was awesome. I think I only got this for like 90 bucks or something. It was an absolute steal, and I was so happy. This was one of my first actual real jerseys, and I was like, Connor McDavid for like 90 bucks. I was like so happy as like a 15-year-old, being like, oh my gosh, I got my McDavid jersey. And now it's just kind of like, oh yeah, my McDavid jersey, even though I've had it for like 6 years now. It's crazy to think about that. Now going on to actually one of my first jerseys. This was actually my second jersey ever, and it's a reason why it's a youth jersey. Coming in number 14, the highest youth jersey I've ranked in my collection, and that is my Pittsburgh Penguins original Winter Classic jersey. I am so disappointed I have this as a youth and not as a real one. It would be so much harder to find a real one. I got this on lids for like 20 bucks, and back then, this was my second jersey ever. I'm like, a Sidney Crosby Reebok Pittsburgh Penguins jersey, and it was like for 20 bucks. I'm like, how has nobody bought this? And then I get it, and then it's a youth jersey, and I'm like, oh, that's probably why. It's never really fit me as a result, and even though I love this thing, it's one of my favorite jerseys of all time. It would probably be top 3 if it was an actual real jersey. It comes in here at number 14. Now going on to number 13, one of the most basic but just effective jerseys in my collection, and that is my Calgary Flames home jersey. Just solid colors. I don't have anybody on the back. Pretty basic, but it's still one of the best jerseys in my collection. I mean, it's hard not to have it this high when it is so good. Now on to number 12, and next up I have going from one of my most normal jerseys to one of my probably most rare, actually. I have this Team Canada 2012 World Junior 3rd jersey. Now this was also another viewer sent in jersey from the P.O. Bucks poll series, but I absolutely adore this jersey. The details, the logo is fantastic. It's just so cool. But the best part is right on the bottom, just the design on the bottom, and on just the entire bottom half is just amazing. Just the amount of detail in that is insane, and it's crazy to think that they put that much effort into one third jersey, but that's what they were doing, and I just couldn't believe that I got it. Now we're gonna go on to number 11 and number 10, and these jerseys are pretty similar here. This was sent in by Nico, and it's my Pavel Datsyuk and Nicholas Lidstrom Detroit Red Wings Reeboks. Now, got the Pavel Datsyuk here, which isn't as special, even though Pavel Datsyuk is an absolutely dangling warrior. But my Nicholas Lidstrom one is the one I usually put up in the background the most. It's got, of course, the C on it, but Nicholas Lidstrom, best defenseman of all time. Fight me, I don't care. Lidstrom is the best out there ever, and to have his jersey, even if it was from the Reebok days, is still really, really special. But now we are healthily inside the top 10 now, and going on to number 9, I have my New York Rangers away Adidas jersey. I don't have many away jerseys in my collection, but this is one of my favorites. It's a Fanatics jersey, unfortunately, got Capo Cac on the back. This was another one that I found just lying around on eBay. It was a Fanatics jersey, so I was like, okay, whatever. It was for 80 bucks. It was one of those situations where Capo was just entering the league, and I wanted to get the hype behind him because he was my boy. And I just found it for like 80 bucks. And even though it was a Fanatics, I'm like, sure, might as well take that in my first Rangers jersey. And the white one, honestly, I prefer over the home one. Now let's go on to number 7 and number 8. Let's first go on to number 8. I have my PK Subban Montreal Canadiens Reebok. But if you want to compare them, I have my Cole Caulfield Montreal Canadiens Adidas. Now, this Reebok PK Subban, love to see it. Had this for a long, long time. This Cole Caulfield one, got it from my amazing girlfriend, Callie, and just everything about this jersey, love it. The logo is fantastic. Love just the updated look with the Adidas, but Cole Caulfield on the back. I mean, this is what dreams are made of, folks. I'm surprised. Some of you guys might be surprised it's not even top 5, but it is fantastic. But now, let's go on to number 6, and the jersey that just missed the top 5. And this one, camera, work with me, thank you. Let's go on to a jersey that I adore, mostly because of the coloring, but I just wish the Kings would get this back, and that is my LA Kings Reebok purple Dustin Brown jersey. I mean, look how unique this is with the silver, with the purple, with that crown logo. I mean, the Kings went from one of the most interesting and unique designs in the league to one of the most bland with that black and silver. And to me, the purple needs to be brought back. It works so well with the silver and the black. You don't even have to do this one exactly. I mean, it's so unique. It's even got like Los Angeles on the bottom. They were really trying everything with this jersey, and it just works for me. I just love the purple. Purple's my favorite color, and it will always be, but I just need it more on NHL jerseys, man. Give me more of it. Now let's enter the top 5 officially and go on to the Seattle Kraken, and I got their home jersey here. One of the best home jerseys in the entire league. I got Philip Grubauer on the back, which for year 1 looked a lot worse than year 2 because I got Grubauer initially, and his first year was just doo-doo. But just the colors, the blue, just everything about it, it just pops so much to me. And even though it's darker, like the Vegas Golden Knights one, it's just one of the best out there. I'm sorry. Now on to number 4, I have my Arizona Coyotes Kachina jersey. Now, I got this when it was actually the Coyotes' 3rd jersey and not their home, so it was like 4 years ago or something. But I got Clayton Keller on the back, just absolutely beautiful. Definitely a good jersey choice. I mean, again, I got this like 4 years ago, and I could have gone for a lot of other players like Chikrin. I'm glad I went for Clayton Keller because it's aging very beautifully. But just a fantastic jersey. Love the striping. It's not like the best jersey of all time to me, but it's definitely up there in that top tier for me for sure. And especially that logo just carries it a long way. Now going on to number 3 and the top 3 and going on to the final Dallas Stars jersey of the list. I know you guys have been fatigued, but this one is worth it. At number 3, I have my Darren Hatcher Stanley Cup winning jersey. The C, the logo, the striping, all of it is just perfect. And Darren Hatcher, the absolute man, first U.S. captain to ever win the Stanley Cup. Love to friggin' see it. Hatcher is the man. And love having that jersey in my collection. Got it for like 70 bucks. One of the happiest days of my life, honestly. Now going on to number 2, one of my favorite jerseys of all time. And next up, I have the Anaheim Ducks 25th anniversary jersey. And to me, a lot of people go for the older jerseys. This to me might be the best Ducks jersey of all time. I love that eggplant color. I love the logo, how much it pops on this. Or the eggplant color, you also got that like weird turquoise-ish blue. It's just so unique. The one thing I have about this jersey is I don't really like the shoulder logo placement, but besides that, I love it. Got Rickard Rakell on the back, and the font is just beautiful. Everything about this jersey, besides the shoulder patch, I'm just in love with every single day. But now we can go on to number 1, and you can probably see a little bit of a hint here. But let's go on to, in my opinion, for me at least, one of, if not the best jersey in NHL history. And you're not going to believe this, but I have always had this opinion that the 2016 Stadium Series jersey of the Detroit Red Wings is one of the best jerseys of all time and should absolutely find its way into the Red Wings catalog again. I mean, this is insane. The logo is brilliant. I love the white coming down. And I got Henrik Zetterberg with the C on the back. One of my favorite jerseys ever. I got this for like 80 bucks. Just like the Hatcher jersey, one of my favorite days ever when I got this thing. They need to bring this logo back. This is too good to be wasted. But oh my goodness, that was my jersey collection ranked. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you guys agree and disagree with. What were your favorite and least favorite jerseys in my collection? Let us know all your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching like an hour of me rambling. I appreciate it so much. Have a great day, y'all. Share the video with all the hockey fans you guys know online. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.